There we go. What's up, y'all? I mentioned before we're basically halfway through the season, it being week 9, and the Browns are on a bye week, and then also there's only 18 weeks, so we're essentially half of the way through there, man. So let's go through the betting odds for these awards, and then I'll give my thoughts on these awards as well. Let me see if I can, share the screen the way that I want to. And if so, fantastic. If not, well, goddamn. Hopefully, y'all are able to see this. So we got this is with FanDuel. FanDuel, if you want to sponsor me, please do. I won't blame you. So AP NFL Comeback Player of the Year, 2025, 2026. The favorite is Dak Prescott, followed by Christian McCaffrey, Aiden Hutchinson, and Daniel Jones. If I had to pick somebody, it probably would be Dakota Prescott. It comes down to him and Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is putting up wide receiver one numbers while still playing running back. Especially if the Cowboys seem to sniff the quarterback position, or sorry, the playoff position, then he definitely would be, I think, the leader in that camp. And I think I would have to agree with that one as well. I think as of today, let's look at these stats. He is third in passing yards while being, let's see, tied for second, or I guess third again, in touchdowns with only 5 picks. So six, so he's at about 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. So he's playing a great season right now, 70% completion percentage. So going back. So I probably agree with that. But also, I guess if we want to keep it rolling, let's go to our guy, Christian McCaffrey, who is at 490 rushing yards with 3 rushing touchdowns. But also, because he's so amazing, you got to look at his receiving numbers as well. Where are we? Here we go. Um, 56 catches, 559 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So he's like over 1,000 total yards with 6 touchdowns. Yeah, he's just different. But I'd agree with Dak Prescott for the time being. AP Coach of the Year, they have Shane Steichen for the Indianapolis Colts there, followed by Mike Vrabel and Kyle Shanahan as the leaders. I'd agree. I'd agree, man. If you had pegged pause the Indianapolis Colts to be 7-1 halfway through the season, um, with Daniel Jones as your starting quarterback, you'd be called a madman or a madwoman. I've always been a Shane Steichen guy. I actually picked him to be the coach of the year last year, or maybe the year before, because I believed in him so much offensively. A lot of stuff that he ends up doing from a philosophy standpoint. But he's getting the most out of Daniel Jones. Obviously, JT is hooping right now. So, yeah, I'd go and I'd agree with Shane Steichen. Now, this is going to be maybe some bias, but also I think it's the truth. So if you go with AP NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, the favorite is Abdul Carter, followed by Jahai Campbell and Nick Imawari for the Seattle Seahawks. Um, as of today, if it ended today, it'd be my preseason pick, which is Carson Swessinger. I think Carson Swessinger has been the best uh defensive rookie in the league essentially since day one. I think the injury obviously is going to push him back, so he will have an issue. But if he gave out the award today, like I mentioned, he would be there. Nick Imawari. I'm not familiar with what he is or is not doing in Seattle, but I know he missed like 3 or 4 games already. So for him being third, it's kind of crazy. And Abdul Carter has been good, but he hasn't necessarily gotten to the quarterback like one would think. I think he's up there in pressures, but if you look at full stats, he only has 11 tackles, sorry, 10 combined tackles, half a sack. Um, but I think he's up there in like pressures and pressure rates. So he leads our rookies with 27 pressures, but only half a sack. And I think he's is a good player and will continue to be a good player. Pass rushing rate 12.4%. Um, but also it's one of them predicaments where Brian Burns is getting a lot of sacks, and I think part of that is because Abdul Carter's playing very well. And then if we go look at the linebacker, Jahai Campbell from Philly, who's also baller. I wanted to get him. I wanted to draft him. He has 26 combined tackles. Matter of fact, let's go to the ESPN. So he has 45 tackles, a forced fumble, and a pick. No sacks yet. So we all know certified hooper, you know. But if you go to my dog, Carson Swessinger, aka Sheck Swiss, aka Captain America, aka Sunshine. He has 64 tackles, so about 20 more tackles. 64 tackles, one sack, also has an interception, no forced fumbles. And I think he's really been the best defensive rookie. Like I said, I really don't think it's particularly close right now. So depending on how long he's out, you might want to take these odds. Plus 1900 is about the best odds you're gonna get. I think I got him earlier this year for something similar. If you into the betting, it's worth it. He's out of the boot already, which means something because uh what's the guy's name? The running back, Hampton for the Chargers is still in the boot. He injured his leg like a month ago, his ankle like a month ago. So the Browns have a bye week this week. Maybe he only misses 2 games. Probably best case, he only misses 2 games. Worst case, he probably misses like 4 or 5. But if he misses like two, he's going to be head and head with Jahai Campbell, and maybe they don't rock with us like that. But Carson Schwartz was playing at a Pro Bowl level before he got hurt. AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. So this one's been up and down for various reasons. Cam Scatterbo had to be up there earlier. Obviously he got hurt, so he's no longer. He won't half a season won't be enough. Jackson Dart's come onto the scene lately, and then also, he gets the quarterback boost. Mecca Abuga took the lead by storm to start. I think he's around like 580-ish yards. But he's been banged up a little bit lately, so we can see how he goes. Tyler Warren leading all tight ends in receiving yards, I'm pretty sure. Ted McMillan's been good. Quinshon Judkins has been good. He showed flashes, but that Browns offense is just so bad. And then Ashton Genty, he's had his flashes as well. I think Emeka Ibuka should win. Jackson Dart, although he's been good, Ibuka's been good pretty much all season. He's going to finish with around 1,200 yards, especially with Mike Evans out. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to finish with around 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, more or less. And then Tyler Warren, like I said, also hooping. But if Jackson Dart steadies where he's at, he's going to win it because he is a quarterback. No disrespect to the quarterbacks. Now, Defensive Player of the Year. The favorite is Michael Parsons, followed by Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, Nick Bonito, Will Anderson, and Jared Verse. So Michael Parsons has the narrative. He has the narrative to win this award, and narrative plays a role into it. Because when Myles Garrett won a couple years ago, it was Myles that hasn't won one. The Browns had the number one defense. The Browns made the playoffs. So like all of that stuff came into play when we talked about Myles Garrett winning his DPOY last year. Patrick Surtain, they made the playoffs, had a top three defense. Narrative matters. Now you got Micah Parsons traded from the Cowboys. He's finally kind of kicked it on and started playing really well. Um, the Packers have a really good defense. All of those things. However, his numbers have been okay. Like they haven't been bad at all. But if we take a look and we go to our leaders for let's see, go to our defensive leaders. Sorry, here we go. Defensive leaders. If you go to your complete leaders in sacks, Michael Parsons don't have the most sacks on his team. Like Rashawn Gary objectively has been better than Michael Parsons. Uh, More tackles, more sacks. I would presume more pressures. I don't know for sure. More TFLs. He's at 7.5 sacks to Mike at 6.5. And I think that plays a part into it. Because my narrative, I wasn't doing too many videos back then, but I had a whole narrative how like TJ Watt for so many years had more help around him than Miles Garrett, which helped him get his numbers and all that stuff. But you gotta get the numbers. I get it. I get it. However, however, Michael Parsons is my favorite because there's a world where he doesn't finish with the most sacks on his team, and sacks are not everything. But we tend to look at sacks as a measuring stick when we talk about impact of the players. Outside of Trey Henderson, because I don't know why, like he didn't get more love, probably because they weren't winning. He wasn't getting more love because he is probably one of the three best pass rushers in the league, even to this day. Today is Miles Garrett. I'm sorry. He's not going to get it. He's not going to win it because the Browns stink. And I'm okay with that. I live with that. I hate it. But it's the reality, and I'm not tripping over it. And the same thing with Brian Burns. They're not going to win it, though. Byron Young has been a dog, a menace since day one. So if I gave it to somebody, it's probably him. But like Miles Garrett realistically should be lead the league in sacks. I think he leads the league in TFLs. He does with 15. He has a forced fumble, 22 total sacks, and he's just playing at a different level, which is insane because his name is Miles Garrett, but he won't sniff this award unless he breaks the sack record, which he may be on pace. No, I think he's on pace to, well, he may be on pace to be like right at it. So if he has another 3 sack, 4 sack, 5 sack game, he got a realistic chance of breaking the record. So if he breaks the record, I think he gets it. But if he doesn't, I think it's gonna mess around. Should I look at Alex Wright? 9 TFL. Shout out to Alex Wright. 3 sacks. Alex Wright, pay that man, please. But realistically, I like Byron Young. He's having a fantastic year. We talk about Jared Verse all the time when we talk about the Rams. And when you watch the Rams, you see Jared Verse making plays, but you also see Byron Young out there eating, like straight eating, dog. And they're winning, obviously, which plays a part into the role. But if he continues and he finishes around 14, 15 sacks, somewhere close to 20 TFLs, it's going to be very difficult to not give it to him. Although I understand why Michael Parsons is the leader and got a very strong chance of actually winning it because of narrative. Uh, Offensive Player of the Year. This sucks because this is the best non-quarterback on the offense, which is bad. They should have a chance to win the MVP. Christian McCaffrey in 2023 should have won the MVP. No quarterback had a great year that year, so that is trash by the NFL. But your leaders, Jonathan Taylor, JSN, Christian McCaffrey, Puka, Chase, Bijan. Puka was running away with this till he got hurt and he missed the game. So he slowed down a little bit, obviously. Bijan was up there, but he's had a couple of mediocre games. The San Francisco game and then coming back with the Dolphins game. So he slowed down out of it. JSN has been on the heater. Him and Sam Darnold, Wi-Fi going crazy. But the obvious choice is Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, I think he's on pace for like 28 touchdowns, something ridiculous. Let's see. Let's go back and look back to the offense. Let's go rushing. He's number one in rushing, 850 yards. So I think they say he's on pace for like 2,200 rushing yards, which is insane. He's getting you about 106 a game, more or less. He has 12 touchdowns. I think he's on pace for like 20 something total touchdowns, and that's just rushing. I think he has another 3 or 4 in the passing game. Clearly been the best non-quarterback in football. That's not really too much to say. This one, MVP. Anytime Patrick Mahomes is good, he's going to be the odds-on favorite. However, I think it should be Matt Stafford. Like, let's go look at these quarterbacks and what they're doing right now. If you go to quarterbacks, um, Mahomes is second in yards, and then he got 17 touchdowns and 4 picks. And then in one less game, you got Stafford, who is about 230 yards behind, so a game's worth of yards. But he got 17 touchdowns and two picks. Like he's tied for the touchdown league in one less game. Two picks. I want to say they're leading the NFC West right now. I think they only have two losses, whereas Patrick and those guys are a wild card right now. Um, but yeah, if you look at I think it's yards per game. Stafford of eligible quarterbacks. Stafford is second in yards per game. He's first in touchdowns while throwing minimal picks and throwing at 66% completion, which is insane because before the year was like, is he gonna play? His back is horrible, all this other stuff. But Matthew Stafford will be my MVP today. Throw a little something on that. Josh Allen really hasn't even been good this year to his standards. So I don't know why he's second. Drake May been really good. Let's see if he can continue it. Um, if they win the division, he has a real chance to make it. Jordan Love has been up and down. We'll see. But realistically, it should be between Matt Stafford and Jonathan Taylor. If you ask me, Jonathan Taylor has been that damn good. He could set a bunch of records this year. Kind of like Saquon was really good last year. But it made sense though because Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen just were that different last year. So I'm cool with Saquon not winning it. But Jonathan Taylor, it should be a two-man race right now. Jonathan Taylor and Matt Stafford with Patrick Mahomes knocking on the door because Patty's been that good this year, and they're starting to win. And if they somehow come up and get that number one seed, it's gonna be tough not to give it to Patrick. But the Rams knocking on the one seed as well in the NFC. So yeah. So that'd be so my picks as of today. MVP, Matt Stafford, Offensive Player of the Year, Jonathan Taylor, Defensive Player of the Year, I think right now is Miles Garrett, although he's not going to get it. Uh, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Emeka Ibuka. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schwarzenegger. Coach of the Year, Shane Steichen. Comeback Player of the Year, Dak Prescott. Um, if you rock with me, if you like what I'm doing, if you agree, drop it in the comments. If you disagree, drop it in the comments. Run them comments up, man. Let me know how you feel about this. Talk to me later, and we out.